The electrical portion of the ignition switch can be accessed from underneath the dashboard. First, you need to remove the heater air duct shown in the insert photo, which blocks your access to the switch. Pull out the connector and then loosen the set screws that are located behind the red marking paint. Blue arrow is pointing to one of the screws. Use a miniature flathead screwdriver. Access is very tight, but the screws can be removed. To remove the ignition key cylinder, first begin by pulling out the rubber ignition switch surround, shown in the upper left. Then turn the ignition switch to position 1, ignition on, and insert a large paper clip into the release hole in the key cylinder, shown by the orange arrow. Push the paper clip in as far as possible, pull on the key, and that should release the mechanism and allow you to pull out the assembly. Finally, disconnect the small connector that attaches to the immobilizer induction coil as shown by the red arrow. These photos detail the steps required to remove the ignition cylinder steering lock assembly. A. With the headlamp switch and side dashboard piece removed, pull out the heater duct, blue arrow. B. Remove the nut that fastens the lock assembly to the steering column, yellow arrow. C. From the left side of the dash, remove the torque screw that holds the small bracket to the dash. D. Using a small screwdriver, push down on the steering lock pin to release the lock assembly from the steering column, purple arrow. E. Unplug the immobilizer harness, green arrow. F. Pull out the entire lock assembly from behind the steering column. Shown here is an updated ignition cylinder steering lock assembly. The assembly typically includes an electrical ignition switch, shown attached at the rear of the assembly and separately in the lower right. Installation is the reverse of removal. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.